Hello there, this is DBT and this is Art of Rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8. And today, we're gonna have a look at the newly released Update 74 to the game, which should have been released by now for pretty much everybody. Now, with it comes some changes, and some of them were already announced in the patch notes, but there's some others that were not mentioned there, and some are curious, some other are, well, very questionable. But before I jump into it, if you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel, because when you do these things, you're telling YouTube that this is worth recommending to more people, and in that way the channel can continue to grow, and I can continue making this content for you. So, if you want some more Asphalt 8 right here, like and subscribe. But alright, the very first thing that I want to talk about is that beautiful car that you see on the screen right now. What is that? Of course, it's the Lamborghini Revuelto. Why is it in my garage? Because it's mine. Let's go, baby! Yeah, it happened. I couldn't help myself. Everybody knew this was gonna happen. Alright, what am I talking about? There's a car hunt with the new update. There's a car hunt for this right now. And yeah, I got it. I had to buy it. Not that I had to, I wanted to buy it, and I did it. This car was released in a treasure rush quite a long time ago, like 6 months ago, and I didn't get it back then through that event per se, because you know, it was incredibly difficult to do unless you wanted to spend $150, which I didn't want to do. So instead I waited for this car to finally show up in a car hunt, and it did, and now it's mine, so yes. Now, this video is not gonna be about this car per se. Just wanted to real quick mention this little detail on the wheels. Look at this, check it out. There it is, look at it. Oh, it's beautiful. I don't know why the wheels on this car shine like that. They have this little animation. It's really cool, very unique to this car. Why is it there? Who knows, but it looks kind of dope. But yeah, so this video is not necessarily about this car. I just wanted to show you that I own it and to tell you that next week, or rather starting next week, I will be making some content with this car. Now that of course has to do with the fact that I need to upgrade it and things like that, but for now, I'm just happy to have it in my garage and I wanted to show it to you. But no, what I first wanted to show you, really, other than the car, it's what you're greeted with once you open, or rather, once you open the game after you have updated it. Now, before actually reading all of this stuff, I want to mention real quick that sometimes the game doesn't update at the same time for everybody. So if you haven't gotten the update just yet by the time that this video is released, don't panic. It will get to your system eventually. It just takes some time. For example, for me, it just updated today as I'm recording this, but some people got it yesterday. So yeah, it's been a situation. It has been like this all along, where the updates don't exactly release at the same time for everybody. So hey, you just gotta wait for it, and eventually your system will be updated. Trust me, you're not missing a whole lot if you haven't gotten the update just yet. So yeah, just FYI. But anyway, once you open the game, once you have updated the game and you open it, this is what you're greeted with. It says Melon Run Event. Welcome to the Melon Run Event. Let's have fun at our summer event. Join races from other time-limited events to collect melons and exchange them for valuable rewards. Now, over here they show watermelons. Are melons and watermelons the same thing? I thought melons were a different thing. I don't know. Anyway, so as I mentioned in my video on the patch notes, which should be appearing in the top right if you want to watch that, I did say that this event just looks to be like many of all those events that we have gotten, like the cake hunt, the pumpkin hunt, or Halloween things. You know, you collect some stuff in the track and then you exchange them in a shop outside of the racing. Yeah, I'm not particularly excited about this. Now, I know that some people are excited because of the cars that were mentioned there, like the Lambo Noir and things like that. So again, as I mentioned in that video, I'm not against this event existing. It's just that I'm disappointed that apparently this is the highlight of this update, but okay, whatever, let's move on. Then we got the new lineup, and this is one of those things that were not even mentioned in the patch notes, which I think it's kind of peculiar. It says Fiery Dawn. From the first light of a blazing horizon rises Fiery Dawn, a force of passion, power, and untamed spirit. So yeah, this is a new outfit, a new avatar, I suppose, in the game. It looks kind of cool. It's a female one. No idea yet how you're gonna be able to acquire this. Probably, as usual, it's gonna be through some time-limited event, or alternatively, you can probably just purchase it for money directly. So yeah, it's a nice avatar. We'll see. Then we got, the new lineup. Unleash the untamed spirit of speed with the Lamborghini Temerario. The Lamborghini Temerario blazes onto the track, a fearless expression of engineering brilliance and raw passion. Designed for those who refuse to follow, it changes every limit with aggressive styling, razor-sharp control, and heart-pounding speed. Okay, yeah, you know, that's just some fancy text over there to say, hey, this is one of the new cars, the Lamborghini Revuelto. Now, I also already talked about this in my previous video, so check that out. For now, let's just move to the next screen, which is the, what? Ferrari SF90XX. Oh, Jesus, let me try that again. Ferrari SF90XX Stradale. So, let's read it up. Ignite the future of speed with the Ferrari SF90XX Stradale. The Ferrari SF90XX Stradale. I don't know why it repeats it so much, but anyway. It's a masterpiece of engineering and innovation, blending brutal hybrid power with track-focused design. Every curve and every roar of the engine is a testament to Ferrari's pursuit of perfection, both on and off track. Cool. So yeah, these are the new cars as they were mentioned in the patch notes. I honestly wish in GameLoft, if you could, this feedback has been provided to them, but it would be cool if they could provide us with these images beforehand, the content creators, so we could show you this in our videos instead of having to source from a different game. But hey, whatever. So yeah, that's basically it. Once you open the game, that's the information that you get. Cool. That's about it. Now, let's talk about the actual changes that happened to the game, because there's a couple of them, and some are very minor, though some it's very... One of them in particular is very, very special. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and do one race against the AI in the Great Wall of China. And this is basically to show the game and the race and the graphics. Why is that? Well, I have heard people saying that there is a change, apparently there is a change to the graphics in the game. They're saying that it looks more colorful, that it looks more vibrant, that it looks more HD. I don't know. I've seen people talking about this. I'm gonna say that I don't notice anything different. The colors, did they change? I honestly don't know. Well, my car is incredibly reflective. Jesus Christ. Is that what they're talking about? But other than that, I am not quite noticing anything in particular. Maybe just me, you know, I have said it a bunch of times, I'm semi-colorblind. Not really, but you know, I'm not great with colors. So who knows? So why don't you let me know in the comments if you notice anything different in your side of the game. Now, it could be that perhaps some additional or higher graphic settings have been made available to lower end device. I honestly don't know. I really don't know if there's indeed a change to the graphics. I don't notice it myself, but hey, this is fine. Now, there's still this issue where, for example, right now I have my graphics to quote-unquote extreme, and yet I don't get those on-screen distortions. For example, if I do this, well, actually it does show over there, but you know, for example, when you're in a track where it's raining and how you get those like the raindrops on the screen, or where it's snowing, you get that stuff too. I don't see that anymore, and it's been like this for quite a while now. So I don't know. Apparently this bug, if it's a bug, I don't know, hasn't been fixed or addressed. I don't know. So whatever. Couldn't tell if I see a difference or not in the graphics, but the reason why I wanted to do a race other than to show you my beautiful Roboto, it's because the first change that I noticed was the change to the podium screen. Look at this. Now before, well, really, the only addition is having this additional LED strip with this like screen, so whatever this is. Honestly, I think it looks all right. I mean, I understand why they did it. Before this change, it would just have this logo up here, and it looked kind of meh, you know, a lot of empty space. So now that they added this, at least it fills it up a little bit, though, I don't know. I don't think it's particularly important or interesting, but hey, that is one change. So there we go. Now, there's another change that I don't know if it exactly triggered in this new update, or maybe it was before, but at the very least, there was a change to the ad relays in general, right? The stuff that you can get, though I haven't been covering this for quite a while, because I am incredibly uninterested on this stuff, because I already own the cars that are offered here, and in general, I don't feel that watching so many ads are worth, in my case, the rewards that I get. But what I wanted to mention over here is the fact that they finally fixed the fact that you couldn't see the contents of these boxes. Now you can finally check again what these boxes contain. So yeah, there you go. Whether or not you want to do it, you want to add, well, how many is this time? Well, let's see, the rewards over here, we got a P1, a Spano, Aventador. All right, some decent cars here and there. Okay, cool. So you need 12, that's 22, 31, 39, 44, 47. Okay, so it's 50 ads, unless I miscount. It's around 50 ads, right? To get to the maximum rewards. Whether or not you want to do it, that's completely up to you. So, hey, your decision. But yeah, so I just wanted to really quickly mention that. Other than this, really, I haven't noticed any other changes to the game, except one that people have been telling me about. Now, this image that I'm showing you right here is something that I believe was found in Facebook. Now, I did blur out the picture of the user over here because it shows like a baby and stuff, and I don't, you know, I don't know. That's not a thing that YouTube likes. But either way, So what we see over here is, well, it says RIP Lanza. I don't know what that meant to, well, what that means. But you can see over here, this is a Gauntlet screenshot, right? He is using the 𝐔𝐏𝐃𝐀𝐓𝐄, Absolute, Ultimate, all of that stuff, right? So why is this important? Well, because this is Gauntlet, and this is VIP boosts. That is a change that got people riled up. And honestly, I can see why. Now, I'm gonna be doing some multiplayer races over here. The races are not important. Basically, I just want to quickly mention, or rather give you my thoughts on what is going on here with the Gauntlet and the VIP. Now, it has been my positions ever since the VIP system was announced, or rather, when we actually saw what it contained. I did say that I did not like at all what they were doing with the VIP system. This whole thing of, hey, if you reach the higher VIP levels, you're gonna have an objective advantage over everybody else. I don't like that at all. In case you don't know, once you reach VIP level, I believe it starts at level 12, it's 12, 13, 14, and 15, you start getting permanent, boost to all of your cars. And that is where, hey, now your acceleration will be 2% faster. Now your nitro duration will be this percent higher. Now your top suit will be this percent higher. Now your handling will be this percent higher. And I did say that that is a system that I think it's absolutely detrimental to the balance of the game, because it just suddenly makes it as literally pay to win as it gets. In the sense that, well, if you pay enough in the game, all of your cars are gonna have an objective advantage over all of the other cars of people, or rather, oh god, let me try that again. You're gonna have an advantage over people that have those exact same cars but without having paid. And in some cases it's crazy, right? Because you got cars in Class A's that normally go 307, suddenly they go like 317. You're like, oh wow, okay, so my cars, because I haven't gone VIP 15, my cars are that much slower than those other cars. Now, 10 kilometers may not sound like a lot, but you know the game, you know that that means something, so yeah, it's not a good thing, I tell you. I guess that not a lot of people have updated the game, because I'm really finding it difficult to find races over here. But anyway, so that was the thing with the VIP, and nobody liked it, right? But then Game Loft clarified that, no, wait a second. So this VIP system only affects for multiplayer, not for TLEs, not for Gauntlet. This was back then. I'm talking about, I don't know how many months ago, right? When the system was introduced. And well, you know, to some degree, it's like, okay, it made it a little bit more bearable, because, you know, in terms of competition, yeah, multiplayer obviously is a very competitive mode, but at the end of the day, multiplayer is a lot of nonsense, like people pushing you like this. So there's not a lot that you can, you know, be saying like, oh yeah, I perform amazing in multiplayer. Yeah, granted, if you're a really skilled player, you're gonna be able to get pretty good results consistently, but overall, you know, it's alright. The real competitiveness in the game precisely lies in the game modes where you are not affected by other players, specifically time-limited events and Gauntlet, because those are the ones in which you're driving. Oh, am I gonna crash? Oh, Jesus Christ. You're driving all by yourself, and it's all about how well do you drive. Are you gonna be able to get a better time than anybody else? Those are the super hyper competitive mode, right? And in those, the VIP system did not, you know, it didn't take effect. So it was like, okay, you know, it's alright, it's okay. Now the thing is, it just changed. Now the VIP system affects Gauntlet, and with that, well, for anybody that played Gauntlet specifically for the competitiveness, now you're out of luck. See, I'm telling you, it's impossible to find players right now. Yeah, like I said, I think not a ton of players have updated just yet, because, anyway. So, as I was saying, Gauntlet now is affected by the VIP system, and let's be real over here. If you play Gauntlet, you probably play it just for the fun of it and for the competition of it, because really the rewards in Gauntlet are not even that good at all. They changed them a long time ago, and ever since they removed the Gauntlet currency, what was it called? The Gauntlet badges, I think. That was pretty good to buy a Class S card, the rank of 1861. They removed that, so there really was not a whole lot of reason to play. Yeah, you can get a little bit of fusion coins, but you can get what, like 100,000 fusion coins. Wow, that's the same that you can get by watching 10 ads, and that's that. And Gauntlet obviously happens, you know, on the weekly for those rewards. Now granted, Gauntlet still has a reason to be played, the tokens that you can get daily and things like that, but those you get whether you win or lose, so that's just for playing. But really for actually playing in a you know, for the sake of competition, there was no other reason than, hey, you know, I just want to see how good I am and let's see who can beat my time. But now that the VIP system is affecting this as well, then you really don't have much of a reason, do you? I mean, obviously, it's up to everybody, right? Maybe you already have the VIP system and you just want to be, you know, mugging over everybody. Fair enough. But in general, for the players that don't have the VIP system, they're like, well, you know, I guess my competition or my chance for a fair competition are gone. And this has always been the case in a pay-to-win game, in the sense that, well, you know, if you paid and you got the 𝐔𝐏𝐃𝐀𝐓𝐄 Absolute and the Hennessy Venom 5 and things like that, you already have an advantage. But overall, the game has always been, as I've said it a bunch of times, the way that the game is balanced, it's where even cars that are not necessarily those straight-up kings still have a chance, you know? And to some degree, they still have in multiplayer. But when we're talking like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude! Oh my God. When we're talking about Gauntlet, where again, everybody's submitting their absolute best lap and whatnot, and there's nobody pushing you to do a ridiculously high jump for absolutely no reason, then it really matters whether or not your car goes 10 kilometers faster or slower than your opposition, right? So yeah, overall, I see this as an objective negative change to the game, something that shouldn't have happened. I keep on saying the VIP system shouldn't have happened at all. At least not the rewards of making your cars, your entire garage better. But, you know, it's too late for that to change. It is what it is now. People have complained left and right, and GameLoft is not interested in changing this, so this is just what we have to live with. And now that it's on the Gauntlet, I wouldn't be surprised if at some other point we see the VIP also affecting the time-limited events and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, sadly, it is what it is, so you just gotta live with that idea in mind. Now, to be fair, you should still be claiming your daily VIP points. I've been doing that except for one day that I messed up and I ruined my streak of rewards. But so far I made it into VIP, I think I'm VIP 9 already or something like that. Now, the way that it scales up to reach the higher VIPs is gonna take a long time to do it as a quote-unquote free-to-play. You know that I'm not free-to-play, I literally just purchased a car in this, well, not in this video, but still. But you know, I don't go for the VIP purchases or things like that, so the VIP progress that I'm making has been quote-unquote free-to-play. But yeah, so still, you should be trying to do that anyway to get some rewards. You can still get some fusion coins from that anyway, so still do it. But overall, man, this change just it's not fantastic, is it? I don't know. Why don't you let me know in the comments if you care at all that the VIP system is now in Gauntlet? What are your thoughts on this whole thing? What else have you noticed in this update? Because again, personally, I haven't noticed a whole lot, but I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. For now, this is where I'm leaving it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.